Hello and welcome to the Mediocre LabStream and happy Speaker Doc Friday! Woo! All right, Hellball. As always, I am one of your hosts, John T. With
Hellball.
Behind the scenes, we got Chad P. and Moose. You can't see them, but they are there. Trust us.
Like the wind.
So, as we mentioned, we now have an official name, the Mediocre LabStream. No thanks to you guys because we didn't use any of your suggestions, but that's okay.
It's kind of on brand for us.
It makes a lot of sense,
Get used
really.
to it.
How you doing, Hallball?
I'm good.
You excited for Speaker Doc Friday, the return after a short break?
As excited as one can be, I guess. How do you feel about Speaker Doc Friday?
I don't know. I feel like there's been a shift. Like, for so long in the community, there was so much, vitriol aimed at these Speaker Docs. And then last night when I was looking, the first 7 or 8 comments were all, "Yay, SDF, welcome, happy SDF, welcome back." So I kind of like it. I just think it's, it's us. It's a big part of us. And we are representing it accurately today. We have plenty of Speaker Doc-centric content to deliver to you today.
You're welcome in advance.
Yeah, so we shouldn't have led with that. We probably lost all of our viewers now.
Well.
But don't leave, because it's going to be a good show. So, do you have one of these Speaker Docs at home?
I have a really old one that doesn't work with my phone anymore, because I have the Lightning.
But not these ones.
No, it's an iHome. But I also use it probably as much as I would if I had one of those.
You know what's weird is I don't have one of these either, but my girlfriend got a Fuku 2, and through no help from me, and she has we got the Sony one, and I use it almost every day. Seriously, I thought I wouldn't, but I just keep it in the kitchen, and whenever I'm cooking or anything like that, we'll just put my phone on there and play it.
Yeah, I have the little X Minis, the little wireless ones.
Those are awesome, and I love those.
Really convenient.
I have 3 of them, and I use them pretty much every day. Should mention also, Moose is with us, as always, in the live chat. He's also looking at Twitter, so you guys ask questions there, interact with us. We're also going to be doing Draw Something later, so give us some suggestions for something to draw, and we're going to change the format around a little bit, but you'll see how that goes. Let's see. What'd you think of the video today, the drunk testing?
So I'd kind of seen a little bit about this before. I think we watched it together.
Yeah,
actually.
We had a little internal preview.
So I was really excited to see the whole thing because I do the support emails. Mm-hmm. So I'd gotten his email before.
That's right.
And I forget who replied, if it was me or if it was Galmegi, but we were both laughing so hard because we get a fair amount of drunk people ordering, and you guys are really good at admitting when you're drunk and you order and you made a mistake, and please help me.
See, I didn't know that, but that's an amazing fact that most of the community is drunk when they send in
Maybe not
customer
most,
support.
But it's definitely not uncommon.
Just go with it. I liked it too. I don't even a dog is really good.
We were like, is this drunk? Is this Google Translate? What's happening here? It was a good laugh. Thank you.
Cool. So I guess we're going to do something new on the stream right now. We are going to, as you guys know, if you watched last time, we played a game, 1v1, Team Here for Beer defeated Team Purple.
By one card.
Based on your votes. And as a result, punishment had to be doled out to Team Purple and Hallball. Mm-hmm. So we took suggestions from you guys, and we doled out this punishment.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut to it and show you guys the punishment of Hallball right about now.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy.
As punishment for losing by one card in the last live stream, I am now answering May Diab Arkra's question, which is, loser stars in a video displaying an acceptable reason to purchase and or use of a speaker dock. So this is one of these things. So it sounds okay. Heard worse. It's okay for plugging listening to things. But what I really like using this for is destroying it. Out of all the ways I love to destroy this is my favorite.
Welcome back.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed that.
It's the best way to use those, for sure.
It was fun to make yesterday. It was important to note the horse was a big thing that came up in the making because we were watching the playback over and over again.
I said I've heard worse, not I've heard horse.
For a horse.
Or something.
All I could hear after the first time was for a horse. So if you missed that,
I've heard worse.
We're also going to be putting that up on YouTube in case there was some kind of quality issues or whatever it is. So
you're welcome.
In case you missed it or you want to watch a better version of it, we'll be putting that up and we'll post that to the thread a little bit later.
Yeah.
So let's see. Unix Rab, my buddy, good friend, maybe, ask what's in the cup. And as last time, it's the same Boddingtons because some guy left it in our fridge.
Does it?
It does not taste or smell or resemble or anything banana.
It is yellow. Like the foam looks yellow. Maybe that's where people get it from.
But just because something's yellow doesn't mean it tastes like a banana. That'd be really weird.
This doesn't taste like a banana.
What's in your cup?
I have, courtesy of Katie Lava, a Strongbow Gold Apple Hard Cider.
Very nice. Okay, let's see. Let's go to some other questions from you. A. Craig L. asks, were there some of your failed experiments, or what are some of your failed experiments, if any?
Our live stream last time.
Our lives. I mean, if you want to call that an experiment. I don't think we really have it. We don't have failed experiments. We have experiments that haven't been
as successful as we wanted.
Been successful. We have stuff we're still working on.
Yeah.
There's nothing really that we had to just completely scrap because it just didn't. But thanks for the question. Let's see, what's next?
We have Pepsi wine?
Meds. Our good friend and expert giffer, Meds.
Would like to know, what is the dating scene like at Met HQ? Well,
it's an interesting question, Meds, because if you're looking for love, you're probably looking in the wrong place because everyone here is paired up. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like,
it's super unusual.
Yeah. I think that, especially for, how young a lot of the people are, everyone is either married or in, like, a really long-term relationship. Mm-hmm. There is, however, one very eligible bachelor. And we actually teased this in the topic a little bit. We have a short, brief interview with our friend Broseph, and he is the eligible bachelor. So this will give you good insight into his character, what he's like. This will
what it's like to work next to him in a cube.
Yeah, what it's like to be Broseph. So let's go ahead and cut to our interview with Joe Broseph. Thanks for joining us, Broseph. Thanks for doing this interview. How do you feel about doing this interview?
I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable doing this right now. I think you should pick someone else.
Okay, great. Let's get into it. What do you do here?
I don't know. Nothing pops in my head.
Know what you mean. How do you feel about competitive eating?
It's my favorite hobby. I feel great about it.
It's a good choice. What types of people surround yourself with?
Probably people who think that they're better than other people or treat other people that way.
It's interesting. How do you feel about paying for someone else or bill at a restaurant, something like that?
That's just kind of a mean thing to do.
I don't know if I agree with you there, but all right. What trait do you think all mediocre employees share?
Probably failure.
That's right. What could you live the rest of your life without?
Friends, family, nice weather, music.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Do you have anything else to say?
Halloween movies are good.
Thank you very much. Welcome back. Big thanks to Broseph for participating in that interview. He's kind of a weird guy, to be honest.
Very weird dude.
His questions didn't really... his answers just felt wrong to me. Like, you know?
I mean, if you know Joe, though,
You're right. If you
know
know
that those
him,
are right.
That's totally what...
I kind of feel like he just showed up one day and, like, somehow got in the building, and we just all assumed that he worked here.
I mean, no one knows his backstory, where he's from.
No.
Don't pay attention to the college shirt that he's prominently wearing in that interview.
No. Doesn't care about sports at all.
He just wears, like, every college shirt.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. He just rotates through different teams to keep people off his trail.
Can't keep up with it.
He's All right, so
There's some...
Kakamumi says, you suck at drinking beer. It totally tastes like banana. No, you're wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you need to go to a doctor and have your tongue examined because there's no trace of banana anywhere near this liquid. You're weird and crazy.
Cadigan asks, are there any realistic the amount of goof-off time you have during the typical workday?
It's a good question.
No. I mean, get your junk done, like...
It's different for different parts of the company because that's just kind of the way we are. It's a very unique situation. Yeah. You have buyers and you have sellers and you have, salespeople, salesmen that have to work, hard. They have to hustle for their job. Mm-hmm. And then we have a lot of creative people too, and our job is a little more fluid. But I think overall the attitude is definitely get your stuff done, and that doesn't really matter what else you do. Yeah. And it's one of the things I think is awesome about working here. Like, there's a lot of...
There's no one, like, breathing down your neck. Like, you've been looking at GIFs for 10 minutes.
There's a lot of, freedom to pursue what we want to pursue in our projects and stuff, such as this lab stream for you guys.
But people also work their asses off here.
Very true. I have never worked with harder working people than at this job. Like, it's you can see us, you see us having fun, we talk on the forums and all that, but people here are putting in hours, lots of hours to get things done. It's a startup. Everyone needs to pull their weight more than, a bigger company, so everyone works extra hard. Yeah. Hard or something. I read that online once. Okay. Mark Log says, Moose, live unboxing of beer. And then Moose told him later.
Go get that next time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, if your tracking told you that it's here,
it'll probably arrive
it might
in a
be
couple
here.
days.
It might not. Whatever. We'll look for it after the stream, and I'll post an update for you on the thread. But that's actually something we are going to do in the future. Is once we receive all the entrants for this mediocre homebrew competition, we're going to do a live stream. Since Hallball doesn't particularly care for beer, she will be our, I don't know, what are you going to be? Anonymizer? Beer anonymizer? You'll be in charge of it. You'll be in charge of it.
I might try some.
Okay,
I'm interested to try some.
We need someone who's not going to try it to be in charge of it so there's taste test. But anyway, we're going to do that on stream. Okay. It's going to be great. We'll tell you how much your beer sucks or is great, depending on if it sucks or if it's great. Mm-hmm. Pepsi Wine asks, are you guys allowed to drink at lunch work, including live streams? No.
No.
Could be fired immediately for such things. No, totally. Like, it's kind of part of the, it's kind of part of the thing we were talking about earlier, where we have a lot of freedom and a lot of leeway to do things certain ways, but as long as we work hard and get our work done, I don't think people are out there drinking like...
No one's belligerent.
Yeah, no one's getting like 2 shots of vodka and an Arnold Palmer that's peach. Oh wait, someone did that once.
Someone you may have just seen.
No. Let's keep them anonymous, but that may have happened one time. Maybe.
So Billaheka asks, who's the biggest comic book nerd?
Oh man, that's a good question, Bill.
They may be sitting in this room. Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. So I would say in the running would be Hart from the forums. P for sure.
Maybe Harrison?
Harrison possibly, yeah. Mm-hmm. I love comics as well, but I probably don't.
I wouldn't say you're the biggest comic book nerd, though. I would probably say Hart or Chad P.
I think they need to fight in a...
Like a comic book
extravaganza.
I would suck at it.
Well, you love comics, though. You just, you don't have the encyclopedia.
Yeah, my trivia chops aren't that great.
What's your favorite comic book of all time? Or, okay, I'll say favorite character, and then if you have a comic book you can think of, go for it.
I wish I could cut to a camera of me right now.
Just to let you guys know, while he thinks about his answer, the reason we're not cutting as much as we had those technical difficulties last time.
The frame rate.
The frame rate dropping, we think it was involved with how many cameras we were using. We're going to work on those issues, hopefully fix them in the future, but until then, no Chad P. Moose cam, but you can still hear them. So.
Hello.
That was Moose.
Favorite comic? Probably The Walking Dead. I don't want to make it that it's like a trendy answer.
But you liked it before it was cool.
Yeah, I liked it before the TV show happened.
Same.
And actually the TV show has sort of furthered it. Favorite character is an interesting question because I read a lot of comics as a kid. And it's kind of something that stuck with me a long time, and I've really kind of gone in phases with it.
That makes sense.
Favorite character from a comic? I always loved Spawn. I thought Spawn was a cool character. Plus, I was like right at that age where I was maybe a little too young to really get into Spawn.
Me too. Spawn was the
right
first.
On the edge.
He was the first comic I really got into, early 90s.
Yeah.
I was probably 10 years old, and what is cooler than what a Hellspawn that has weird green, neon green demon powers. It was pretty cool.
My favorite true comic Batman is everything to me. I write comic books, which if you guys want to know more about, I guess ask in the forum. Batman is the reason why I got into that. So go Batman. I'm excited for Batman versus Superman. We can talk about that later too.
that'll be a whole nother discussion.
My favorite comic is Garfield. That cat gets into crazy adventures.
Isn't it crazy how he loves lasagna and hates Mondays?
I feel the same way, you know?
Yeah.
I wish I had a coffee mug that had...
I've always said TGIM. Thank God it's Monday.
So you're not on Garfield's side. You disagree.
Nah, he's a horrible cat. I think that Garfield is actually a dog wearing cat skin.
There's nothing wrong with
what
that.
What a normal. Am I right?
Seriously.
My cat, I have 2 cats. The boy cat is like a dog in a cat clothing, and he doesn't care about Mondays. He's ambivalent.
But he loves lasagna.
Yeah. So, you're welcome.
Great question.
Yes.
Yeah, good question. Post in the forums in this stream thread what your favorite comic book character is. I don't know. I'm going to have to kind of agree with Chad P. Batman's my favorite traditional comic book character. Favorite comic series of all time is Preacher. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. It's great. Garth Ennis. Over-the-top violence, ridiculous stuff, but really important, good, well-told story with message, and it's really awesome. So read Preacher. Let's see, what else? We have Jason Nicholson asks, who's the greatest pro wrestler of all time? Oh man, we need to have a fight right now. To be honest, no one on my cup. I don't think any of these are the greatest pro wrestlers of all time, but I think it has more to do with when I was into pro wrestling. Again, it was 90s. I was probably 12 maybe, and that's when I was really into it, and that was the Attitude Era. So for me, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Mankind, D-Generation X, that was my pro wrestling phase. Of those, I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for Mankind, just because, I don't know, he was not in shape. I was a fat little kid, and he's this fat wrestling dude, and he's fighting these super jacked guys and winning sometimes, and that was super cool to me. So I loved Mankind. Chad, I know you're a big fan of the WWE, subscriber of the WWE Network.
It's true.
Buyer of pay-per-views.
Yep.
What do you think? Who's your favorite of all time? Greatest of all time?
Probably The Rock. He had everything that made the company go forward when it was going to die. Beyond that, I like some of the old guys. On your cup, I was Sergeant Slaughter for some reason. That was just a weird character.
He is a weird character.
Yeah. I met Jake the Snake at a Walking Dead convention one time.
Did he have a snake?
He had a snake with
yes!
So that was kind of cool.
That makes me happy.
Does the snake wrestle?
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he puts a snake around your neck and chokes you out to death.
Currently, the current version of the WWE that exists, I think my wife and I have gotten sort of back into it because they have this thing now where like there's no pretense that like anything is real. Like
They
there's
just go
a
fake all the way.
Yeah, there's just a complete understanding that you are watching a soap opera with muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. So because of that, so in my house we got this weird thing of we're both really big Daniel Bryan fans. He's pretty great.
Yes.
And then she really hates John Cena. And we have this obsessive thing with this music video about John Cena. And so I give her a lot of crap about John Cena being great. So those are really my current favorites for me, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose.
Moose, who's your favorite best pro wrestler of all time?
I never watched wrestling growing up. I thought it was dumb and stupid.
Doink the Clown.
But I think Andre the Giant is awesome and a fascinating human being. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an incredible actor. And he made the Fast 5, 6, and 7 movies even better.
Yes, I appreciate that answer. Hallball, who's your favorite pro wrestler of all time?
Well, as you can guess, I didn't really grow up with that. I think I can only name 2,
Okay.
and that would be...
Oh, this is a great game. How many? Name all of the pro wrestlers that you can name right now.
Hulk Hogan
Uh-huh.
and The Rock, and then I'd have to look at your cup.
Well, you can't cheat.
So those would probably be the only 2 that I know. But when I was growing up, I had this thing against The Rock, even though I clearly didn't watch or anything, because there's this creepy kid who kept following me around and go like, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? And it was so weird.
That's not okay. Don't do that to anyone. That's
please.
weird.
You'll push girls off of wrestling forever.
That's not the way to get to a woman's heart,
No.
is to talk about what The Rock is cooking.
Super weird.
Okay, well, that explains it. Say no more. I'm not surprised that you don't like wrestling. All right, let's go with...
What nickname... Oh, Meds, common jiffer of us. What nickname do you wish people would refer to you as and why?
First of all, I need to stop and address what you just said, because this is an ongoing issue, obviously. GIF versus GIF. I think we need a vote in the forums.
We all know what's right.
There's no question.
Well, I think are we split 50-50 in the stream?
No, I
room?
think you're wrong and everyone else is right.
GIF.
GIF.
No.
Okay, so you're the wrong one.
No.
Got it. Good. Cancel the votes. We've decided it's GIF. And Hallball is wrong.
No.
So yeah, what nickname do you wish people would refer to you as and why?
I mean,
Can I jump in with another controversy?
Yes.
No one should get to choose
Agreed.
their own nickname.
Agreed.
that is actually a big thing. I took sign language for a couple years, and in deaf culture, a deaf person gives you your nickname. You do not come up with your own. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That's actually kind of awesome, and
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Why is it offensive?
Yeah,
If you reject
why is it so...
Oh, well, because spelling
It's
out
hard.
your name takes a long
Right,
time,
okay,
and
yeah.
so your name sign is supposed to actually mean something like about your personality,
Oh,
and so
that's so cool.
right. So my teacher was a prankster, and he said that even though I was a really good kid and I just showed up and I studied and I did well, that I was like a problem child. And so my name's Holly, and this is H in sign language.
Higher.
So he said that was like the devil.
So that was your nickname, the Devil?
Yeah, we talked about it, or we signed about it, because he was deaf, and we compromised, and my name sign is this, which is still an H, but this is laughter.
Very nice.
Yes,
Very
big
nice. So, yes, I totally agree. You can't pick your own nickname, which sucks, because I always wanted a nickname growing up. Like, I wanted one so badly.
Aww.
I didn't really... I mean, I'm Jonathan, but then I go by John, and that didn't really count to me. That didn't feel good enough. And then a couple jobs ago, I was on a team with another John, and I was like, maybe this is my chance. In my head, like, obviously I didn't try to make it happen.
Right.
But I kind of did, because I was like, well, he's John. So I would always call him John. Then people, when they were talking to me, they eventually decided on GT, because my last name is hyphenated.
Blah,
and
blah, blah, blah,
it's GT. So other people started calling me that, and I was like, yes. Finally, I have a nickname. And I actually got multiple nicknames at that job, and I liked all of them. And I still have one of them kind of today, which is GT. So I prefer GT for a nickname. I like it. I like having it. And I'm glad that I didn't make it happen. I didn't foist it upon myself.
Holly's really hard to shorten. My grandpa always called me Halls. But at my last job, we had to sign in for like every single thing that we did. And so it was common for people to start calling you by your login. So they started calling me Hallball, which was the childhood nickname, and I just kind of stuck.
That was another part of my nickname thing at that job. The same thing. Another one was Jagar, because that was that was my login. That was my name. But yeah, like, I guess, so Hallball, where did that come? We haven't really talked about this. Where did that come from? Where did your username come from?
You know, it was so long. Like, my best friend growing up always called me Hallball. I think it came from, like, something of, like, Holly Ollie Oxenfree, like, Holly Bolly P5 Folly, like that thing. I think it came from that. It was so long ago. I don't even know.
Well, that's kind of cool that you've kept it throughout this whole time. I'll tell you guys, I wouldn't have picked Jean T as my name, to be honest, in the forums. But when I was trying to work here, they're like, check out the forums, like, check out the website, see what we're all about. And I had to make an account, and when I made an account, John was already taken by another John that works here. So I had to think of something, so I came up with John T, and it stuck, and it's just kind of, what my name is now here, and I like it. I feel like it works, so.
I always read it as Jaunt.
Some people do. I bet if Irk answered my Ask Irk, he would call me Jaunt.
Yeah.
For sure. Thanks, Meds. Let's see. Margot Copeland. Margot? Margot. Thanks, Moose. I can't read names.
Does Mediocre use cubicles? Kind of?
Yeah,
Some of us do. Some those half lines.
Yeah, we're kind of all over the place. A while back, we all switched to standing desks pretty much. It's still a cubicle, but it's like a standing... You're in a cube, but you're standing.
Yeah.
And then everyone was doing it, so when Moose joined us, he did it too.
And he hated it,
and then he immediately lowered it. So there's still some standing that happens, but one thing that we always do, or we try to always do, is after lunch, we sit in our back mousetrap area, which is the big open area. You've seen a couple videos featured. And we just kind of all sit together around a big table. And I love working that way because I think it's easier to collaborate with someone on something. There's no barrier. You don't have to like walk over to someone's cube and whatever. You can just talk, and it's a good way to work. I like being around other people while I work.
I would describe our layout as a pod layout. We have half cubes that are arranged in fours in one area.
Yeah.
And then in the sales team, for the most part, is a pod.
Right.
The development team, for the most part, is a pod.
And they're in the hypercube.
Yeah, we call their area the hypercube. It's really small, but it has a window.
Yeah.
So
the purchasing team is a pod. And then randomly throughout the office are people who have offices.
Yeah.
But even the people who are in offices are rarely there. They're usually out
meeting rooms
at
or
desks
at cubes.
Yeah, there's also the Joy Lounge, which features Broseph from our earlier interview and Troy. And it's the two of them in an office. They have a couch in there. They have
this weird like ottoman thing that plays music. And people will randomly connect their Bluetooth to, and
so people
try to figure out who
people hang out in there, and I like it. I like the way our office is set up.
Yeah.
Ryan Harris, favorite arcade game? I'm assuming you mean like at an arcade when arcades still existed and were a thing. Obviously, the answer is Simpsons, X-Men, the big one, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are my three favorite because I loved going to an arcade with co-op people, like going with my friends. We take over a machine and you just play all the way through. Put quarters and quarters and quarters and just play all the way through. Those are my top three.
My two favorite are Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is a good choice.
I love Pac-Man. And when you get to the
Pac-Man
Google
or
Maps
Miss
thing,
Pac-Man?
I like both.
It's a controversy to some people.
Oh, well, I like both. Whatever. And you're going to judge me, but Dance Dance Revolution. I had a bunch of friends. We would like
Okay.
play it together, and I got to be pretty good at it. So
Is there any video footage of this somewhere?
no.
All right,
And there will not be.
We need to go to an arcade now and record you playing DDR because I would love to see that.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Those are the top two that I'll go to if I can.
Moose, you like video games. What is your favorite arcade game?
Well, we had a little like table, cocktail tables, Space Invaders.
Oh,
So that one, Space Invaders,
Love Space
holds
Invaders.
a very special place in my heart. It was like probably one of my first video games. But Sunset Riders, like if I just had
oh, Sunset Riders.
it'd be Sunset Riders. I love that one.
Amazing choice. Well done. I appreciate that. Chad P.
Skee ball count?
I love
Sure.
skee ball.
Is that
How
more
good
like
are
a
you at
carnival
skee ball?
game? I was pretty good at
They
it for a
usually
while.
have them at like Dave and Buster's or wherever you go now.
I threw 500s in a row on a skee ball.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was a good day.
I've never
Lots
done
of
that well.
tickets.
I've never done
I've
that
got
well.
it in the like 500 a couple times.
The side ones?
Yeah.
So I grew
What's
up,
your strategy?
Blindly throw it as hard as you can.
I bounce off the side.
It's advanced
To
technique.
really answer your question, I grew up vacation amusement park. It still exists. I could probably talk about it and people would figure out where it is, but won't do that. So skee ball, they had an arcade. Skee ball was right next to the arcade, so I played a ton of skee ball. True arcade games. The Simpsons arcade, which you mentioned, was a favorite.
Who is your favorite character? Do you remember?
I liked Marge.
Marge,
Yeah.
the vacuum, right?
Uh-huh.
I liked Bart with the skateboard.
Yeah, I mean Bart's the
Homer
obvious
was good
choice.
too.
Yeah. Did you mention Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yes.
arcade? Okay. That was a great one. And then my all-time favorite arcade game, which Will was talking about, Sunset Riders. We've done the thing where we've looked at Craigslist to try to find
Yeah, arcade
both
machines,
of these
cabinets.
arcade machines, Sunset Riders. And my personal favorite, which is even more apropos this weekend, was Captain America and the Avengers, where you could be Captain America or Iron Man or the Vision.
Oh man, you just like blew my mind. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that game.
Yeah, I mean it's the same game as X-Men
Right.
and Simpsons,
Yeah.
just with different characters. But I, like you, liked it for the same reasons. Like I liked playing with 4 people.
Yep.
Just $10 later, maybe you're on level 2,
Yep.
and it was a blast.
You're kind of making me want to change my answer though, because more personally, I used to be in a bowling league when I was probably 12 years old, 12, 13. So we weren't good or anything, but the funniest part to me about the bowling league was that it ranged. So it was from 7 to 13, bowling against 7 and 8 year olds, and they would kick asses. They were so good. It was moms that really push their kids really hard to do that.
Yeah.
It was like that, but with bowling. These kids had their own balls.
Bowling moms?
They had their own shoes. Their parents were so into these kids being good bowlers, and they would beat us all the time. But that bowling alley had an arcade connected, and in that arcade was Metal Slug 3, I think. And after we played our games, me and my friend would just good with $10 in quarters, and we would just try to beat it every time. So that will always hold a special place in my heart too.
So I have a question. Are you still really good at bowling?
No, I am terrible at bowling. I went bowling last weekend actually. First game, I don't think I broke 100. Second game. So my problem with bowling is I throw it really hard. It's part of my style. I can't help myself. And you just hear this huge slam because I also use the heaviest ball they have. And then I was bowling and I was doing so terribly, and I was well, I'm gonna throw it softer. And I did, and I got a strike immediately. So I was I just need to adjust how I do this. But no, I suck at bowling. I'm terrible.
I'm awful. The first time my husband and I went, when we were still dating, I got, I think, a 20, which is you almost have
That's
to try
really
to
bad.
be that bad. Now I do
Did
okay.
you use the little how sometimes they have that little
The bumper?
dinosaur? They have a little giraffe or a dinosaur, and you just roll the ball down
it. I thought about it.
You probably should have.
I probably should have, but it was cute because he tried to teach me. But I cannot throw those balls hard. I always pick the lightest one,
Yep.
the 8-pound ball.
So you roll it, and it just
No.
slowly
No.
goes over there.
So here's what I do. Because my arms also bend a little bit more than a straight. No, I don't do this either.
I'm so confused what's about to happen.
I kind of Fred Flintstone it. I kind of I get ready. really fast. I just kind of like fling, and it works.
All right,
I don't
so
know.
to do, go to an arcade and play DDR and go bowling and film all of it.
It's the only thing that works. My husband has tried for years.
It works
to
to
teach
get
me
you
how to
20s,
do it.
but-
No, I get better than 20s. I get in the hundreds this
Was
time.
bowling big when you guys were in like high school?
Yeah.
No, for me, no.
Yeah.
Did you have a bowling team on your
No.
high school? Did you?
No, but so I grew up in a part of the country that is like the bowling belt. I don't know if you guys ever heard that term
No.
before.
That's not a real thing.
Nah, it's a real thing. Bowling was just different where I grew up. Like it's what you did. It's
Was it
all
like-
you did.
Was it like cool kids would be like good bowlers?
Yeah, like everybody was a
No.
good bowler. The bowling alley was where you went. So like if I go visit my grandma and I want to get a great lunch, I go to the bowling alley.
Huh.
That's the best lunch in town. And it's like that is the place to hang out. That's the bar, that's the restaurant, and that's where people go to hang out.
Interesting.
That was not
No.
my experience.
No.
My friend who was on our bowling team when we were younger had an uncle who was a professional bowler. So he was the best of us by far. He had his own ball. It was purple, and it was called the Beast, and it literally had like the Beast engraved on it with red teeth marks. I don't think he picked it. I think it was a hand-me-down, but I still loved that he had that. He could do the whole curve thing. He was also
I'll do that.
he had a lot of advantages.
I have a cousin who was a pro bowler, and he's awesome. He probably has 100 balls, and it's crazy.
That is crazy.
So should we...
Let's answer a couple more here. At least one more. Narf Cake, this is a controversial question, says, are goats solely selected by votes, or are there additional factors?
Isn't he our goat?
He is the goat now for May. And you know what, Narf Cake? It should be by votes mostly, but here's why I gave it to you. Last night, you took the initiative and you said, hey, I'm the GOAT. And then when you linked to the voting topics, you were top voted. So that seemed fine to me. And you know what? I love the trend of the GOAT becoming more involved in the community. I like that Bill started it off strong. I mean, all the GOATs have been great. Thumper Chick, everyone has been great. Mark Log, Ryan Neal, everyone's been good. But Bill really stepped up and he did that every single day making a post. And I thought that was great. Carl also kept it going. Very good posts. So I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I like it. I'm glad that it's gone the way it is. I think you'll be a great GOAT. So
Okay.
there you go.
So, we teased that we're going to try drawing a different way. So, you've played Pictionary? Is that the right game?
I don't know what Pictionary
Basically,
is, but probably.
we each have different things that we're going to draw. And the other person has to try and guess. You guys can guess too.
Yeah.
We're both really bad at drawing, so...
That makes it even better.
Sorry.
So I was secretly given a assignment of something
I
to
have
draw
no idea what it is.
by Moose. She has no idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to draw this thing, and she will attempt to guess.
Yeah.
I'm only going to have, what do we decide, 20 seconds? I'm going to have 20 seconds. If you can't get it in that, we'll keep going, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, so I am ready
All right.
to start my drawing.
Go ahead.
Start
Ooh.
the fake timer that doesn't exist, please.
Lime green, bold choice. Is it a cactus?
No.
No. A
It's a
dog.
jackal.
A turtle.
Yes.
It's a turtle with a really big head. And it's happy. Is it gold?
10 seconds.
Frick.
5 seconds.
I don't know. Is it bees?
Yes.
Is it a turtle getting stung by
You did it.
At the buzzer.
Well done. A turtle being attacked by a beehive, or bees from a beehive. Something. Good job.
Hey, wow.
Well done. Well done. You have your assignment as
I
well?
have my assignment.
Oh man, I didn't even know that.
I'm sorry in advance. Okay, ready?
Let's see
we
what
have
we
the
got.
timer started?
Please.
And begin.
Triangle, shark, ear of corn, a triangle man, a surfboard that's a person,
10 seconds.
a duck, a weird bird, a penguin doing math, a penguin teacher, a penguin with money,
Time. Make a guess.
a penguin going to the bank to withdraw $1,234.
right, let's do 10 more seconds.
10 more seconds.
I don't know how else to draw this.
Help me out.
Okay.
Ready?
What is going on?
Go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the lotto. A penguin winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Penguin cashing in is winning at the lottery. This guy's really surprised that a penguin has won the lottery. He cannot believe his eyes because he doesn't have pupils.
Also, he's kind of like this. And he's
This
very
penguin
stoic.
is a triangle.
This would be like Will if he was gonna win the lottery. He'd just be like, I won. Like, give me my money.
This penguin is a series of triangles. You know what? I'm proud of us. I think we did a great job. I think we did very well.
Yes.
In case you guys were wondering, we mentioned about giving away our paper from last time. And Barney was the winner because they suggested the most voted up team name for Team Purple, Hallball's team, which lost horribly.
By one card.
So I reached out to Barney and figuring out they're super cool. They want it to actually go to their mom, Cat Blue, who I think it's the sweet. And we are going to sign it, try to get as many people in the office to sign it. We're going to send that off to Barney's mom as soon as we can.
Yeah.
And we'll do something for you guys to give away this paper with these beautiful masterpieces that should never be recreated anywhere else.
Yeah.
Hallball, do
Yeah.
you have anything else to say?
I'm just impressed.
I'm impressed too. I think we both did very well. I think we killed it, kind of. As much as we could have.
Yeah. Sure.
All right then. Well, thank you guys for joining us on the Mediocre LabStream. We have one final
Thing to see
surprise
you out with.
to take you out. What else could it be? But my phone not working. There we go. It's Friday! Speaker Doc Friday! Thanks for joining us, everybody. Happy Speaker Doc Friday. Have a great time. See you on the forums. Post in the thread.